All right.
As we all look uncomfortable.
Hey, we had some interesting results last time we did this, but hopefully things are better. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the July edition of Prusa Community Live. You
hey, everyone.
Hopefully everyone is not melting.
Yeah, hopefully. I missed one bug. Damn. Okay. Well, that's a thing. I guess I'll just have to clear the chat every once in a while. I forgot to fix chat scroll, but that's fine. I can manually just do that.
Shane is discriminating against the Europeans by pixelating us. Not Shane, Anthony. Sorry, Shane.
What the hell, man?
Listen.
Well, see, that's the advantage of just using a profile picture, for my stream, because I can sit here and just be whatever. I don't have to worry about being on camera.
But I have to show off my very fancy picture of my background with the XL toolhead nicely framed up.
You know, kind of cool if you did like some those like wall tiles or various different printouts you could do.
That is,
and just have it like
and
have you frame in the main and have it grow it out.
Lights. Like just want to go all out doing some fancy wall decoration. But the biggest problem is time. That is quite a rare commodity as of now.
I'm just biting my tongue. Prod guys are very pixelated and melodic. Okay, yep, we're still working out the bugs, unfortunately, because believe it or not, I can actually vouch for this. We were here an hour and a half before the stream trying to work out all the stuff. And so
and for the past week, I've been working on the code for the past week to get rid of any little bugs. But yeah, working on some stuff, but we have a significant improvement since last time, I think, in my opinion. Yeah.
I think Anthony's doing it so he can be the main focus. He'll slowly, blur us out into the background. Our images will just fade away and it'll be the Anthony show.
And to make things even worse, my print just me as well.
No, bad Tommy.
Wait, Tommy, are you on Ethernet?
I'm on Wi-Fi. But I'm letting Anthony.
Huh? Tommy, you gotta get Ethernet, buddy.
Okay.
That's rule number one, buddy.
Oh no, I like the idea of just blaming Anthony.
Why blame what?
The sound is still weird as last time. Wait, whose sound is weird? All of us or a certain individual, Scott? You are just jealous of it. It's pretty wall art. And you forgot to scroll. Tis Anthony. Yeah, you forgot to scroll. All right, let's see. You know what? But in all honesty, though,
right now. So the problem of running it across the floor right now is that my kid will follow the cable and then he would also be sitting on the stream nonstop. So I need to actually lock my door to keep him away from me during these videos.
But for chat who's listening now, we can sit there and try to troubleshoot it now, but that's really not going to be informative or entertaining for you guys. How about if I'll create a channel in our Discord and it will be for feedback for the shows and everything else. I'll do that after the event, after this stream, okay?
Yeah.
So we'll do it that way so then that guys have comments and stuff like that. I can tell you in all honesty that we were working on it for the past hour and a half, just trying to different bugs and everything else. And we did run a dummy stream and it was fine on the stream. So something we have to look into. So just bear with us on that one. Okay. Got to remember, still brand new. Shen keeps cutting and Tommy turns robotic, but we know it's a work in progress. Thank you.
At this point, I'm starting to believe it's just they are in Prague and I am in Philadelphia, and there's gonna fun stuff with the internet across the two locations. So
yeah, the data gets tired when it travels all the way.
Yep. But anyway, we can move on to the actual show here.
Okay, so let's jump in then. So firstly, let's hear from Anthony. How's it been? You've been at events quite recently. You've been busy.
Yes. Since we did our last show, I went to Midwest Rap Festival. Sadly, the last Midwest Rap Festival, if nobody knew about that. It was my first Midwest Rap Festival, and I was spoiled to have the air-conditioned section of the event. It was wonderful. I loved it. Got to meet with everybody. We got to show off Index. I actually brought some silicone prints, and that was really cool because everybody was head over heels over that. And it was just wonderful to be there, especially as the last hurrah of Midwest Rep. Now, to be clear, Midwest Rep is ending, but the event itself is not. So what I mean by that is, my understanding, it's being handed off to a new team. It's going to be called something different. I don't know what it's going to be called, but it will no longer be Midwest Rep Festival. It will be something else, but it's still going to be Midwest Rep Festival in the terms of, still being like the same kind of event, just called something different. But it's new organizers, likely the same venue. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm really excited to go back next year. Additionally, the other event I've been to, I just got back from, is called ISTE. It is like an international education conference. The way I described it was rapid TCT for education. It was massive. It was huge. There was 3D printer vendors, including us, Print and Solid, and Prusa, as well as like other companies that I won't currently name. But there was also just like a lot of cool stuff. We had a partner booth there, Morovia Education. They're the guys behind the HP robot. So we got little Joe Bot as a tiny little cube. That was awesome. I loved it. But the biggest thing is that Grant was there, and because he's in Tampa, so he drove over to give us a hand. And I got a 3D scan of myself.
Was Grant the biggest thing there?
Yeah. I mean, he's certainly taller than me, so pretty big in my eyes. But I finally got a 3D scan of myself, and this was, if you guys did see the announcement, Chris is departing, and it's a little too much of a drive. He lives quite far away from the office, but it was his last event with us, and it was just a great last hurrah, and we're really happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, it's a shame to hear about Chris in absolutely at the Printed Solid, and he was there. It was always awesome to hang out with him. If he's on to some new things, new challenges. So I'm like really wishing him the best, and I cannot wait to meet him at 3D Printopia later this year. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, he's still doing Printopia, so you'll always see him there. I think one of the biggest reasons was that, like he almost lives, I think, like an hour and a half to 2 hours from the office. That's a long commute. So yeah.
Is that normal in the USA? I
No.
thought it was crazy that I had 1 hour to the office. I thought that was
well, you have 1 hour with a commute.
Yeah, but
this is a 1 hour drive.
You take the train and all that, right?
The hearing that long.
Shane, you disconnected for a split second there.
Or is it just me?
No, we're here.
Well, I mean, I know some other people who did a long drive. Yep. No, it's I think
Gotta
we've
love it.
upgraded from bugs to gremlins now.
We were testing for almost 2 hours. Oh yeah.
Mid-month, I'll try something.
Anyway.
I'll try something new. We're gonna go for it. We're gonna push through.
Yes.
That's
it was wonderful, and I'm really happy with it. Tom, are you back with us? No.
Just staring intensely. Yeah, so we've officially upgraded from bugs to gremlins now. And if we keep on going, we upgrade from gremlins to monkeys with wrenches.
Yes.
I think that was actually my bad this time.
Okay. So maybe it's not the gremlins.
I
in the
do enjoy
system.
blaming
It's
Anthony
just
for
Tommy.
everything, but this time I'm keeping it for myself.
I need to get you off Wi-Fi so you don't look like Blockface.
This is what happens when you up to the amount of tabs that I have.
That's Tommy. How many tabs do you have open?
How many tabs
Way
per
too
screen?
many.
He probably has like five,
But, well, my
five
left screen
browsers
only has
open, each
3
of them with
tabs
like 20
open.
tabs.
I won't talk about the right one though.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I can
Well,
check out
whenever you want.
Hmm?
I do have the I do have that video ready whenever we want to show that off.
Yeah, like hit it. Let's show it.
All right.
I was of it earlier in the Discord, but I don't think too many people saw it. It's nothing too fancy, but it's fun, and I really want to push others to take the further initiative on it.
All right. So this is a really cool video that that Tommy did. And yes, it is playing right now.
Yeah, it was probably a mistake to have the first 5 seconds like the nozzle heating up.
Yeah, just a tad. I don't want to. Wait, is it? Oh no, VLC crashed.
I thought it was a very long 5 seconds.
There we go. That's fixed now. Hopefully better. Yep, there we are. Anyway, yeah. So Tommy came to me the other day and was asking if there was a way we could have a nozzle camera on the index, and so I figured something out pretty quick, and well, he figured out something better. So this is cool.
I asked Anthony for a solution because his design skills are just way superior than mine. Actually having
Thank you.
history of designing things and not just mashing his face against the keyboard like I do. So
you say that, and yet I
gave
did
him
just mash my face against the
dimensions of the
keyboard.
camera I had. I gave him the dimensions of the camera, did all the effort to install and prepare it, mount it on the printer, and when I connected it, the camera wasn't working. So I ordered a new one, had to completely redesign everything, but in the end, I'm pretty proud. It's probably the most complicated CAD file that I did so far, and it is not very complicated at all. But still managed to basically put a what's for it? The camera? It's like no, it's not a macro camera. It's a
Nozzle camera.
yeah, some
Endoscope?
like nozzle camera thing. Endoscope, that's the one. So little endoscope camera through the fan shroud, like so it points directly at the nozzle itself. And yeah, it's just generally fun little things, seeing actually what the index is doing. It's actually proven quite useful to a few people to show them the exact expected movements and positions during tool check. So like during these first initial rough days, like where there's all sorts of random issues, the more dots that you have, the better.
Yeah, someone, not someone, nozzle cameras are just really useful for actually watching the movements and being able to pick up on a whole host of minor problems that you may not be able to tell while watching from afar, because you really get in close on that. Yeah, I'm sure Tommy will release
like
the files.
all the small details, like little bits of oozing filament. Yeah, so the files, I'll probably upload them tomorrow for everyone that wants to try it. I'll give a link to the camera I used. I would just emphasize that it's not good. The camera sticks out the back a little bit too much. So in case you are like doing full size sprints, it will likely cause an issue. As well as the zooming. If your printer is on the right side, the camera actually crashes against the top of the rear Z-axis. So you have to manually position the printer towards the left before you start homing. But other than those two super minor issues, it actually works quite well and reliably. The camera seals quite well. I thought cooling would be a bigger issue than it is. So if anyone that wants to play with it, they can just use that as an inspiration. And when someone actually designs a good one, I'll be very excited to implement it and test it myself. It's kind of
this just looks,
proof of concept to get the ball rolling.
This just looks awesome. I absolutely love watching it.
You could always strip out. You could always strip out the camera itself, or there's other ones that are available that might be shorter and everything else. So. Yeah, I was just having flashbacks. So I'm like, can you please stop messing around with that camera so much? Because like, you know, it's a colonoscopy camera, and you're trying to like jam it in the fan. It's like, stop.
Like shoving it in there. Terrified of saying, "Oh no, my
Tommy's just like, I don't get it.
Give me a hand here."
That must have been a fun day in the office. Two guys trying to get a cylindrical object into a tight hole.
That's a normal day in our office.
No, I do like it because I've seen this before, but I can only, like, for me personally, I can only watch it for a little bit because I start getting a little bit motion sickness watching it and everything else. But I think it's really cool because I've seen other people do it, and it's a unique look, and I think it explains the basics of 3D printing a lot more, instead of like, oh yeah, it's just like a hot glue gun, no squirting stuff out.
Yeah, especially with the fact
Will
that
you
it's
get your mind out of the gutter?
It's like one little detail I never even knew about it myself was and he's gone. The fact that the nozzle actually changes height when it gets mounted into the index system, the extruder. I just never realized that.
I mean, because, you know, positioning is very critical when you're, you know, have to mount something into a correct groove. Understand how much we can break Anthony right now live on stream.
I'm sorry. My eyebrows were through the ceiling until you mentioned 3D printing in that sentence. Chat, listen back to that whole thing, and if your mind's in the gutter, it's a whole different subject.
Nope. See, now we just determined who's the deviant of the bunch. If you interpreted what I say like that, that's on you.
Listen, after spending several days with Grant, it was just back and forth innuendos the entire event.
Oh, so now you're just blaming it on someone else.
We're going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
You just broke him again, but his brain just shut down.
Sorry, I had to respond to
so
DM.
anyways, Anyways, yeah, so I'm kind of excited now that the Founders Editions are out, because now you get to start seeing what the community is going to start doing with it as far as like different material combinations, making a multicolored or multi material. I'm looking forward to seeing that, because I have like a bunch of wild ideas, but right now in Europe as well as the US, it's a freaking heat wave from hell over here. And I'm like, yeah, I can't print. No way in hell. It's already like 90 degrees Fahrenheit / 34 degrees Celsius in my apartment. No, it's impossible. I can't do it.
No, it's I'm quite curious if people have been also encountering major issues, for example, PLA and similar style printing, like in these warm conditions, or just given up and everyone's adopted ASA now as the standard.
Oh man, it's summer.
Yeah,
Time for me to print only ASA.
Well, in our Discord, we have our question of the week, and that was one thing that I asked was like, what does the community do when it's very hot like this? Like, for people who are hobbyists, they have an easier choice. Like, well, I just won't print today. But when you have people who run a business, that isn't an option. Like when I was down, Grant can attest to this one. Like when I was down in Florida, electricity was fairly cheap. I ran the air conditioner 24/7. It was nice and comfortable, 65 degrees Fahrenheit in my entire house, so I didn't have to worry about all that. But I'm always curious what other people can do, because like over here in Europe, air conditioning really isn't. It's more of a luxury item, so not a lot of people have it. It's just like, yep, it's going to be hot. We'll deal with it. But like when you're printing, you don't have that option. Bless you.
Thank you.
No, if when I was building the house, I was actually installing ceiling fans here, and Europeans were also looking at me like, "What's this sorcery? Like, why are you installing ceiling fans into your house?" And the joke's on them. I was pretty chill here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, if I ever built a house in Prague, I'd be like, no, air conditioning all the way, central heating, central cooling. Let's go, boys. Can't live without it. If my house isn't at least 19 to 20 degrees, I'm not happy.
So, moving on from this print, I guess, that kind of does roll us into
Real quick.
Discussion. I already saw a few.
Bane, did you also travel?
Yeah, I went to Norway, where it was in ovens, but I went to MagicCon.
Yeah.
2020 in Oslo, and it was awesome. Surprise, surprise! It was Comic-Con, or just a regular convention, but it was just amazing seeing everyone's work they put into it.
That's amazing.
Everything. And it was a fun Sunday, and just like there's a lot of people at our booth coming up asking a whole bunch of questions and everything else, and then I got to see some local cosplayers. They're like, "Hey, this is printed." I'm like, "Oh, come here, let me see. Come talk to my new best friend." But it was awesome. I love going to Comic-Con, seeing the level of work and everything else. And then after that, I spent a few more days in Norway and took care of something, and then my flight, and then got to spend an extra day there. And then I came to Prague, and it was just like a wall of heat, and I'm like, I want to go. But that's about it as far as where I'm at. I'm talking about the Discord server. I'm just looking for a link to generate it so I can put it in chat. Yeah, but that's about it. Because now I'm like, I did spend a good amount of time in Norway, so it's like there's a lot of catch-up work to do now. That's the main focus.
Yeah, getting caught up after shows is always fun. Like, it's different for you guys, but for me, I have to keep all of my receipts. So as soon as I get back to the office, I have to create my expense report to get expenditure for
we do too.
the event. And oh, no one's told me that. Okay, well, at least I know we all share the pain of expense reports.
Oh no, mine is a little bit more interesting because I get to drive Tommy a little bit more crazy because the approving manager is on vacation. So that would technically mean that Tommy is now my direct covering manager who has no authority to approve anything. So yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Well,
that's why his tag is
than it is for me. But no, like HR is already on it at least, so
it's all right. I hate doing expenditure reports.
Now that our summaries of things that have happened in the month of June are done, go ahead, Tommy. What's up next on the docket?
So, as everyone is already asking, what's happening with the index? Index has started shipping. Yay! Woo, woo, woo. So the Prusa Founders Edition of Index has started shipping. My camera just did weird motion. So Founders Edition had started shipping. Everything's on the way now. And customers should have it in a lot of customers already have it now. So prints are starting to kind of roll out initial launches, but we are clearing those out fast. Bontek and Prusa Discord servers are the place to be for that. We're super active with trying to help everyone out there, and you can also directly go to the Prusa support team. So the live chat can help you out. So it's looking optimistic.
Yeah,
I'm quite
I do
excited.
want to make it
genuinely
clear.
You want to see some like.
We had a spreadsheet earlier last week for anybody that found errors in the guide. If you find anything, contact support. They have a workflow to help them report each issue that exists. That spreadsheet was just for the day for us to tackle a bunch of things at once, and it's not the way we're supposed to do it. So I didn't get in trouble, but let's use the right channels. I got a message the other day, someone requesting edit access.
Like the spreadsheet, spreadsheet, I would say like it did work extremely well. Thanks for that. It was just like a very nice addition to kind of push things. Like it was super active. It was late in the evening for us, so having the community actually just have a source where they can write it down was a very smart call from you. And I also didn't have to go back in the morning going 50 tags. I was afraid to wake up. So, but yeah, overall, most of the changes are implemented now. The team did appreciate it. It was a good call. In the future, I think we can do something similar to that again, or we can just some Google form for sessions. That way, it can quite easily just and more privately get pushed through. So then we do some product launch or some changes, and we can definitely do some product.
I thought about the Google form, and the Google form is a good idea. Only problem is there's no way for people to be able to go, is this already reported? With the Google Sheet, they can do that. But I'm sure we can figure out a way that it's like you use the form.
Worst case, we can use the data as
the form.
Oh, there's only 2 reports. We can do this lower privately.
Well, I think no, every time there's an issue, we try to take it seriously.
I would always drive the guys in Prague crazy with the documents, because when I was on the beta testing, I would go through all the instruction manuals, and when they would ask for feedback, my feedback was like minimum 8 pages long, and they were just looking like, "Can you just stop, please?" I'm like, "All right, fine," because I would just like type out everything into there.
It was actually fun being part of that process. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
So
the
what do you?
beta testing is definitely for the index been super active. Too active for my taste. I think I'm about three challenges behind at this point because of my little nozzle camera experiment. But they are almost every single day for all of the beta testers, giving them some specific tasks, sprints, and challenges that they have to do with the printer. So I do have to nicely commend the team that even at this point, the testing is going like still full out, just trying to make sure everything is like listed.
Excuse me, sorry. I couldn't hit the button. So what are you guys looking forward to as far as with the index, now with the Founders Edition, the Bondtech Founders Edition being out? Do you guys like, is there anything in particular you're kind of excited to see what the community can do with it?
I am really excited to see the possibility of more multi-material prints coming out. Yeah, multi-material prints really coming out. We brought one of the prints we always bring to shows is an articulated skeleton hand that uses red TPU as ligaments. And it is one of the best models that we bring to shows, and people love it. And I really want to see more mechanical and biomedical models possibly sprout up that use that multi-material benefit to themselves. Because I think that's just so fun. It's so fascinating to be able to have like different textures, different material properties in one print. Now that it's really easy to do that with up to 8. It's going to be really impressive. I'm really looking to see more of it. I love seeing like in those textbooks those like slices of like the mitochondria or the cells and stuff like that, and just like these science breakaways and these unique views. I really want to see more of those come into the 3D, and I think I really want to propose that as a possible contest, like a cutaway view contest. That sounds like such a fun concept.
It'd be interesting though, because you could definitely have a tie-in with STEM related classes and stuff.
Yeah.
Hi, Tommy, what were you gonna say? I was gonna say, Tommy, what were you gonna say? And now Tommy went poof. There he is. Hi, Tommy. How are you?
Tommy's back.
I think my
Tommy, close your tabs.
growing continuously, so I just reconnected to be safe.
Okay. What did what
It's
were
called
you
running
gonna
out
say?
of
What were you
RAM,
looking
Tommy.
forward to?
I'll download some more. Don't worry.
So what are you looking for seeing, Tommy?
Honestly, I just kind of want to see how people start putting everything together. There's been so many things coming out recently with the color mixing, the shading tools, from our Academy course. He's working on some more extra tools there as well, including like texturing, some Blender plugins too. So there's a lot of extra things that are coming as well in order to simplify painting, and just seeing how all these things will come together. Like I'm the biggest advocate of like functional print practically, but I'm excited for just some silly multi-material toys and stuff.
I really like that shading tool. Because I know the print that I really want to do, and it's from a web series called Red versus Blue. It's from a Halo Spartan armor set, and I just want to do one half blue, and then have it all blended in together, and then have the visor as gold. And I really wish they would still around, because I would definitely print out a nice bus and send it to the guys at Rooster Teeth, but they're no longer around. I know the original creator, one of the original creators of the show, got the rights back, but they haven't done anything with the show in some time.
No, he died. I'm genuinely starting to think that this connection issue is explicitly because of them being in Prague and possibly our video server being over here.
why are you separating us like that? You know, that's kind of like borderline suspicious there.
I didn't
like
mean to.
These guys in Europe. These guys over in Europe. No, it's the foreign people.
Okay. We're gonna set up the server in Australia so we can all have equivalent bad connections.
We could just get someone way between Europe and America to host it. I think that's the fairest option.
How? Where?
Yeah.
on what?
Unless we get a
cruise ship.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only thing he was on a boat or Iceland. That's not even
Guys,
Greenland. I mean,
we're making 3D Musketeer streams look more stable than us.
Yes, but just remember the person who just said that, this whole setup, this is Anthony's setup.
I'll see what's up out.
Yeah, I'm just saying, this is your setup, sir. Okay.
Hopping back to the index. So there have been some questions earlier in chat, one specifically, and I think that's one everyone wants to have answered as soon as possible. And when will the Prusa edition ship? The short answer was shortly after the Bontek version is finished shipping. That's probably still accurate. We will be publishing a blog article tomorrow. So this blog article will go over everything that's different between the Prusa edition, all the things we haven't shown yet. I actually did a couple of videos for that one myself, so there's like a nice focus on like how the bucket works, how to clean, how it like all this basic functionality of the index, like all of these new features. So with the like with that blog article, everything should be covered, including the expected start of shipping date. The expected date is going to be the second half of July. So it is a little bit later than what we said, with things starting in June. And the main thing is that we still have the goal that everything will still ship by the end of August. So it's just the early people that are a little bit affected, but the last people that ordered, it should kind of ship when it was expected then. So production is just being pushed to a higher concentration. So it's going to ship more in a shorter time, starting a little bit later. So that should be in just a couple of weeks. I think it's going to be right around the time that myself and Anthony are in open source in USA. So that's going to be fun.
Yeah. That's gonna be very interesting. But hey, I think we are able to say that, you know, since it has been at every major show that we've been to so far, you know, if you want to see a index up close, they should be at Open Source. Really excited for that. Open Source was a lot of fun last year, so we're gonna be there again, and it's gonna be fun for me because right after Open Source, like literally the day we are packing up Open Source, we are setting up for another event called EAA, which is the biggest air show I think in the world, and I have to immediately get there. So woo!
It's okay. Like Open Source is way more important. Like, there you hang out with people. EAA is all formal and stuffy.
Yeah, you know what? I'm sorry. Printopia well beats out Open Source or any of the other shows. It's one of my favorite shows around.
Printopia always beats everything because it is right in my backyard this year. I don't have to get a hotel or nothing.
Oh, so we can just all sleep at your place.
You can certainly try. There's just a concrete floor out there. Get sleeping bags.
I go
that gives me an idea for a community event.
I want to make sure I stay in the same Airbnb we were at last time. The one which is basically in the... I really enjoyed that accommodation.
No, it's going to be completely different. It's at a brand new location this year.
It wasn't even close
so
to
you can get you. No, this one is in Philadelphia. They moved the location from Bel Air to Philly, so they could accommodate larger venues, crowds, and everything else. So you guys can
one
find
question
that your open source.
How Index will perform with single color print with pulses to embed magnets. It will work kind of like a start pulse, but you can probably adjust the pulse function that it does a small purge like when it returns, but it won't by default. What you can also probably do to get better results of a start pulse is like by default it should actually work better than most printers because the nozzles, they cool down super fast. They have very little volumetric mass, so it kind of ooze like barely anything, and then it goes back to printing. So in terms of print quality, I think it should be there should be very little loss or oozing even without any special modifications. And Barbecue by Kalani's Place. Whoop.
No, he's fine.
Barbecue Kalani's Place in Australia?
I mean, if you fly us out, I won't say no.
We're barbecuing there. We're doing it. I don't care where it is. Say barbecue out there.
I'm getting somebody.
I'm kind of looking forward to seeing if there's any new contests. Like they always do, like a community event, kind of like Death Ray before they had derby racing. People would make out their own derby cars that were them, and then they had I can't remember if they did like battle bots, but they were smaller ones. I'm trying to remember. You go to so many shows after a while, they just all blend into one. You're like, nope, that wasn't that show. It was the other one.
Yeah, it's all starting to blend.
You just welcome to my life. Just wait till the days when you just wake up and you're like, is it Monday, Tuesday, Saturday? You just one of the best barbecues. I have a few minutes from your place in Prague. There's a few good barbecue places around here. Anyway, you haven't mentioned any bar.
No, it's like different.
It's Prague. Half the city's made up of pubs and.
That barbecue store office is actually really good. I do highly recommend. Like Smoky Joe's now.
And
I don't. What? Are you guys asking me?
Did we lose him?
Yeah, Anthony.
Tommy's breaking up for me.
Big Smokers.
I don't.
Big Smokers is the name.
Yep.
If you're in Prague and you're visiting the office and you want barbecue because that's a very European thing to do, then go to Big Smokers.
All right, Big Smokers. I'll have to check that out next time.
So, in regards to Index, I think we can answer a little bit more questions towards the end of the stream. There's another interesting bit of news that I wanted to share. First, there is currently a promotion running on the Prusa 3D website. Don't forget about that. The spring flash sale or summer flash sale. So before it runs out and you want to buy something, now's the time to shop.
Yeah, I was going to say you're loaded up on your seasons.
It's almost springtime. Feels like spring to me. It's finally up. Then the other bit of this wasn't published really anywhere, but it is worth taking note of and just knowing is we recently added a AI chatbot to our help pages. So this AI chatbot basically processes our help pages, Prusa pages, all sorts of that we have. This is just like additional tool that we have in addition to our normal tech agents, completely standalone like bonus chatbot thing. Anthony.
Yeah, I want us to be explicitly clear getting into this that this is an optional thing. It is not the default.
Yeah.
And it's only within the knowledge base. If you want to talk to a human, you just go straight to the support page, and there is no AI there. It is just person when you wait in line. This is explicitly
even the
for
bot will have buttons to go directly to a human, and so you like always have immediate like possibility to get redirected, and it's very strict and clear that if it has uncertainty of any given answer, it will give you a very clear pop-up. I don't know, I don't understand, I'm not sure, like talk to a human. So it's useful. It can also, like, I've seen a lot of people check it, like test it out, ask it for what screw length do I need for this part on this printer, and it would actually provide them accurate answers. So for a lot of things, it is really just a nice tool. But the main thing is, and where I think it's like the main goal and intent, the shine of it, is that if you are someone that doesn't know 3D printing, you have never used a 3D printer before, getting an issue like layer shifting, you don't know how to describe it. You can basically just say, my printer is printing in the wrong place. And if you're browsing through the help docs, finding something that describes that naturally is quite difficult. So this bot can really help for a lot of people that are very new to printing, to just kind of describe it in a weird way, and it will help find you the right source of information. So you don't need to know any keywords or directories or anything, and just kind of point you to the right thing. So I think that's where it really helps.
Yeah, I like the test that someone did in our Discord server. We shared it, and somebody typed in a question of like, hey, on the fan shroud of this particular printer, what size bolt does it use? And it was able to pull up the exact size bolt and everything else. And I think it's helpful to have it set up like that. So like, you know, especially for new users, you're not going to know the exact terminology to use for certain things. So you can type in some type of, query, I don't want to say in your own language, but the way you can describe it yourself, and it will give you the answers then and there. I was very impressed with that. And this isn't like that AI bot was set to our own help docs and instructions and everything else. So it's I can understand, like, you know, what Anthony was saying, you know, with the concerns with AI and everything else. But this was specifically set up so it just searches our own information that we put there, and it's an extra tool for people to use.
Yeah, it's
Anthony.
It's one of those things that large language models are explicitly good at, which is not, let me create a thing out of thin air. It is, let me reference a known data set, be restricted to that data set, and find an answer that you're looking for. So we're trying to be really good at it. I know I tried to have some fun with it, and I tried to get it to help me with a coding project, and it was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Great.
Our
just
guy,
much fun at the event.
That prepared it, he's like super obsessed with AI, like since the early days. I met someone that is more paranoid in terms of security than he is. So I think that is a very good combination for having set that up. So given who worked on it, kind of blindly trusted, even just from a basic standpoint and perspective, that like he's one of those people I would just fully trust that he would do the job right.
Yeah, someone who is definitely well versed on the subject.
So what other news do we have? What other major stuff happened?
Well, I want to show this off because I think this is a fun project that I did. So if you guys haven't followed my Twitter or Discord, I have one of these guys. This is a Big Tree Tech. Either it's known as the K-Touch, or the Panda Touch. And so I had one of these sitting around ever since I owned Clipper machines and other brands. But this has kind of been sitting around doing nothing. And I figured, well, the firmware is out there, and this is really just an ESP32 with a screen. So I decided to take a crack at it, and I wrote a custom firmware that looks a lot like, come on, focus. I wrote a custom firmware that allows this to connect directly to Prusa printers, either via Prusa Connect itself or through Prusa Link. And I'm really happy with how this turned out because I can actually go in and control the printers to some degree. But it is really meant to be just like a little thing that I have attached just so down here, literally I snap it right there. So while my printers are running in the background, I could just go, let me check that out, and I can see the status right there without having to get up to my minis or get up to my printers and see what's going on. I'm really happy with how it's turned out. So yeah, if you guys want links to that, just let me know and I'll post it.
Yeah, that's a really sweet project. I do like that, especially like simplifying it to connect and usage. Just, any step a person can take towards like having to like not go to the PC is a big step.
Yeah, and this thing apparently has like 30 minutes of battery life. So you could walk around with this if you wanted to. Like I can bring it upstairs while I'm making lunch and just like watch. What I like about it is that I don't need to open the app on my phone because it's just there. It's just visible. It's just there. So I don't have to fiddle with it too much. And if you are security conscious, I actually did add a lock mode on this, so you can actually put a pin in so people don't mess with your stuff. And you can actually send prints from this. So if you actually put the flash drive in, you can actually send the prints to the printer. I made sure to keep all functionality of the K-Touch.
Didn't expect that.
Yeah. But it also works with Clipper printers. I tried to make it work with bamboo printers as well, because I want to be inclusive on the software that I wrote. I don't have any of those machines, obviously. So I can't I can't test whether or not it works. Oh, sorry. Let me hold it up one more time. It's just the K-Touch. Let me turn off the background blurring I have. There we go. Yeah, so it's just the K-Touch. And yeah, I use Prusa Connect. You can see the statuses of all the machines, the heat, everything. There is no battery. There is a battery in here, but it doesn't report battery status to the device. So I can't have a battery indicator on this. It just doesn't. It doesn't have the capability. This is a really weird device.
Chat, you can see your background.
Yeah, it's messy. I got a few
You
projects.
can now see your background unblurred.
Yep. Yes, you can.
This is when everyone starts zooming in to see what hidden treasures there are.
No, you can't look at the super duper ultra secret index 5.0. I got it for
remember when we
20.
did it
index on the Core 1L back there.
Avert your eyes.
I remember we did a professional video tour of the facilities, and they hit Prusa Lab, and the majority of all the viewers like analyzed frame by frame, section by section, trying to see like what was the hottest new thing. I'm like, guys, you do know that we make sure to pull the majority of all the secretive stuff away from the cameras, right? Right there. There's French, hey, you doing that? I'm like, that customers print that we're fixing for them. That's not what you think it is.
That's what you say until in reality, when we were doing some of the index initial promo videos, we were literally on the moment about to publish, and then the background And one of the divers, there was actually a BoLab t-shirt hanging there on the wall. Try to hide the secret stuff, but sometimes they're...
We lost everybody for a second there, but everyone seems to be back.
Again,
am I here?
Everyone, chat, it's Anthony's fault. And now Anthony left.
This is exciting.
Yep.
It is. It's a new style of like roulette. We should. If we can do this next time, we can set up a game, and like whoever scores the highest points, I don't know, we'll figure out something.
Oh man, I feel like because of the fact everybody was there and it was just me alone. I think we can confirm that this is just a problem with the internet. So I will look to see if we can possibly host this on a server in Prague, and then I will be one of the problems. But yeah.
Okay, so yeah, every time this happens, I just get completely disconnected in a mental sense as well, wondering what happens next, where we are. So we had all of the promos, we had everything. We just quickly went over all the major stuff. And we got the events coming up. I saw one question there, and this is one that's popping up every time. I think it's fair that it pops up every time, and that is when Slicer 3.0. Slicer 3.0 is still not in the public beta phase. There's a small private beta alpha, like I would say mega alpha version, going around, where we had like a handful of external people that we worked with very closely testing it, and internally we're testing it quite heavily as well. The problem why we don't want to kind of show anything about it is that we're still in a phase where we're kind of deciding, like, we don't want this to look like this. Let's completely redo this entire thing. Like this menu today, we don't like it. We're just going to completely shift to the other side. So every other update has some really massive changes happening with it. And if these massive changes are happening on the more public side, then this can also like not be great for people. They're kind of going to be getting lost each time there's an update. And also it can also lead to divide, where some like a small subset of people will be saying they liked it like it was initially, and then everyone else will say the new way is better, and then immediately there's a Slicer 3.0 fork before it's even a beta version. So we're kind of trying to like focus on better, and when like literally everyone is in a mega happy state, then they will release it. And right now it's not just the UI that's being messed around with, but they're also playing around with new features, because like you can't just have every developer just focus on UI, but there's a lot of interesting cool features that are being experimented and played around with. Nothing I can say about those at the moment. It's like some really cool stuff that I really hope it make it to the live version, and at very least like early, like one of the first releases. So it's looking really interesting. Like I've heard many release dates, but they always get backtracked. So at this point, I'm also not saying anything because of this whole backtracking uncertainty when it's coming out. So it's coming. It's soon. It will not change your life, but it is awesome, and I can't wait for it to actually. If you're talking to me on Discord and stuff and recommending features for Slicer, I'm also always like checking if it's already in Slicer 4.0, so that I can like also at least notify you if it's in a decent state or not. So yeah, I'm hoping to share more soon. And as soon as we start coming close to a release date, I'll like start spamming some posts with it.
Yeah, I will say I've been in love with it. It's definitely different, but it's different in a good way. Can I say one thing? It's a very minor thing, but it's very important to me.
I hate it.
I can, when I slice a black filament print, I can actually see it. I can actually see the layer lines. It's such a small change, but I can see it.
I think that was actually in the early versions. It didn't work like that. That's also something that changed between like the early alphas and now. So yeah.
Yeah, like that's the one thing I'm confident that we can share, and it's just like, yes, please, we can actually see dark colors in the slicer.
Now, like how the prints looks, like that's not changing. There's nothing there. So that's kind of a constant. So like you can see quite well. There's also the like different nozzle sizes. You can easily swap different nozzles between printers. You can have multiple printers on the same like project. So it has a lot of cool functionalities, but like it's mainly just the way it's presented that we don't want to focus on too much, so that there's no like discrepancy with what come out and what we have now, just to keep things a little bit more consistent.
I'm looking forward to it.
So yeah, like the comment there from Gamer260, there are way more bolt plate options for mass part prep. I think I did 60 bolt plates or something for like experimental test, and it didn't crash the slicer, which was quite surprising for me. So the number of bolt plates is like, let's see if we can find some integer limit or something for the bolt plates.
We're gonna crash it so that we can find out what the limit is.
It's like there was the recent printer firmware update where they added, I think it was like 1,024 objects or something can now be sliced or like printed at the same time. And I'm still just wondering who was the person that was like printing that. And
yeah,
that
there was like, one person. There was one person in Reddit that was like, finally, I was so frustrated with being unable to print 123.
Like that.
Like, how do you... It has to be grains of rice to fill a bed with 123 individual cancelable objects. Or 1,023, sorry. 1,000. Hold on. Actually, I'm going to go on a tangent. Let me be clear that there is... So if we have 250, let's just round things to 250 by 250. Do math. How big would it take? Let's see here. Mathin'. I'm just gonna do that. Okay, so if there was, 1 millimeter cubes, you could probably get to about 62,000. I don't know why you'd do that, but you could. There's easier ways to make plastic confetti.
So yeah,
all right.
We also this week have a guest joining us. So is he on the stream? I can see.
Yep, he's on the stream.
Go ahead, blame it on the pod person there, Anthony. You're outnumbered.
So,
I'd
like to welcome Pavel joining me. A few people I've already seen him online. Like he is from technical support, and he also helps us with some of the social sites. So Pavel, he's been with Prusa for several years now. Yeah, as you can see, he really embraces the work culture. The home streaming from is also fully limited, I think even more than mine.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not the office, that's his actual place.
I don't have the posters. Yeah, you'll probably see my cat
How about your microphone
around, so that's definitely my home.
Your mic's a little muffled.
Just
enunciate.
Let's try a little.
Gotta
You'll
speak up,
definitely
boy.
see my cat jumping around in a moment, probably, because she's very curious.
Yeah.
definitely at home. I just forgot my automatic phrase, which is displayed when you engage with me on live chat. I think it's like, "Hello, how can I help you?" or something like that.
I mean, if you feel more
Yeah,
comfortable,
that's-
we can just type questions
Yeah.
to you. So that way we can make you feel at home in the tech support environment.
I'm gonna hop into live chat,
Just fill out
explicitly
live chat.
request
We'll send
Pavel.
you some prompts.
Yeah. Oh,
So yeah, Pavel, tell
Hey.
us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm 20 years old. I joined Prusa team 3 years ago, I believe. It was actually April the 1st, so it's one of my best April Fool's jokes. And since then, I'm kind of really working for this company. It's my hobby for over a decade, and I thought when I was joining Prusa, I know a lot about 3D printing. I was so wrong. But sort of Tommy was one of my trainers who helped me accommodate in the company. And yeah, since 3 years ago, I'm spending my days and nights with 3D printing, dreaming about new products, and having nightmares about some questions I get on live chat.
If you're getting nightmares about questions, that's okay. If you're getting nightmares about the answers that you gave customers, then we have a problem.
Checking my answers at the very beginning.
huh?
Oh wow!
I
Mike, now
check
Mike,
back.
What?
no, I'm watching this stream. My video feed is fading between me and Anthony, which is kind of funny as hell. I'm taking over.
One second.
Okay, so question for everyone here, since we're all on, we've done tech support previously. What was the one request or the most you get, and it was like
Yeah, first layer adhesion. Actually, that's one of the most common. Even with the lots of upgrade, there are still some issues. Sometimes you just need to wash the print sheet with a bit of warm water and dish soap, and it fixes the things instantly. It's not so easy. Always check your nozzle if it's tightened correctly, or make sure what's written there. Too fast. That's the most common question. It's are you teasing me or what? So I look silly.
Your stream is too blurry for us to read.
Now you guys know
Back
I'm
down.
working for Prusa. But this company is crazy enough to accommodate me.
I gotta say, by my side of tech support questions, I like when it comes to the first layer issues, I always like them. It was it's a common thing, but if someone has it, they're a beginner, and they're really just trying to get the printer to work and make it as possible. Like it's a kind of issue, so it's like you kind of just hold their hand a bit, point them in the right direction, have them like fine tune it, give them some tips on what they're actually looking for, and like the chats were always quite endearing for me, and like a nice break from some like random crazy issue. So like for me it was like one of my favorite chats, not because it was easy, but because if someone is asking it, you know he's a beginner and you know he's just trying to do his best. So like it always felt good for me to help with those.
I try liking to newbies or beginners a lot. You can discourage them from the hobby. Maybe the only one who could use him. Sorry.
So I love this chaos a little. I love this chaos a little bit because this reminds me of how networks actually work, which is if a network sends 2 packets along the same wire at the same time, they back off for a random period of time, and I'm noticing how human that is.
Technology is getting more and more realistic these days, right?
Yeah. Anyway, Pavel, you go ahead.
I love to talk to beginners and to people who are trying 3D printing for the first time, because it's a great opportunity to show them what's creative, what's fancy about this hobby, how you can materialize your idea. You don't have to print just the keyframes and blends and all the stuff, but everyone will definitely try it. One of my first cases was actually about first laser problems. And I was trying to explain to the customer that it's not a firmware issue, it's not a filament issue, there is such a simple solution to that. And again, do not try to modify every field in a slicer. The root cause is usually some trivial issue with the contamination of the print sheet, or sometimes even incorrect print sheet for a printing. So yeah, that's a good opportunity how to show them how great support is. That all of us here are normal 3D printing nerds, and we love to talk about it.
So Pavel, what would you also say is like one of the most like that was the easy issues and like easy discussions in chats, but what would be one of the more interesting like technical, like some actual technical thing that customer encounter? Like what do you think is like the highlight there?
The most difficult technical thing. Well, sometimes there are those mysterious cases. I like those. It's like a detective story to find out to eliminate suspect problems or issues there. The one question I really don't like is why is Prusa printers or why are Prusa printers so expensive? Just recently, I was in Switzerland joining a maker fair there. And it was a funny question because I just replied to this guy, hey, I paid 7 francs for 2 slices of bread and a little piece of cheese. So he was looking at me for a moment. I said, yeah, that's a fair point. I explained quality simply costs money. Fair costs for all the components. The price, of course, includes my salary.
And that like 2 slices with cheese, was that like a good quality?
Yeah, I heard you say 2 slices of cheese.
Oh. 2 slices of bread. Oh, that would be definitely a better combination. But yeah, quality costs money. That's the simple answer. And it's with any other tool. printers are just a little bit more complicated tools. If you want to buy something for just occasional use, you can get some cheaper stuff. If you want to do it the right way, if you mean your hobby, if you need the printer to be reliable, to be returnable, to be upgradable, get yourself something for right amount of money.
And Pavel, you say you've been doing this like in the 3D printing hobby for 10 years or so. What was your starting like? How was it like in those initial days? Was it also Prusa printers back then?
It was a Prusa printer, and I want to tell this story kind of often. I actually ordered my first Prusa printer as a kid by mistake. I never tried to assemble anything that complicated or that complex. And I was even surprised when I was carrying the box out of the shop. I was like telling myself, how did they manage to fit whole 3D printer in such a small box? Then I opened it and I found out a bunch of rods and nuts and stuff. You guys know what I'm talking about. I was like depressed for 2 days. Then I found out the bag with gummy bears. I opened the assembly manual, and I was astonished with the quality and with the precision of the assembly instructions. It was good enough for me. So I was able to assemble the printer, and I was so happy when the G codes there on the SD card back then. It was Prusa MK2.5S, I believe. So yeah, it's a really old model. And since then, I tried a lot of printer brands, and I always returned the source of quality printers and telling them how easy it is to operate them, how easy it is to have fun with them.
Oh, awesome! Thanks for sharing. Shane and Anthony, do you guys have any questions that you have? For Pavel?
I don't, only because I've done support for 10 years, so I know how it can be. Though I did it with IT support, so I don't envy you.
It's interesting work. Sometimes, of course, it can be like exhausting or something, but there is always some nice point in the story. Even when the customer comes angry or disappointed for some reason, I'm there to help him to solve the problem. And even if I don't know the answer to his questions, there is a bunch of colleagues and specialists I have available, so I can always find a way how to troubleshoot, how to solve the problem. And the great about this stuff is the very first instructions I received when I joined the Prusa team was always try to make the customer happy. Even if you need to do something extra, something out of the book, just try to do it, because the important thing for me is printer, you want to print, I'm here to help you. That's it.
I think that's kind of fun, like the always like make the customer happy like approach, like as it's like it's instruction that you want to like just keep everyone happy, but at the same time, almost everyone at support just genuinely wants everyone happy. Like one of the biggest goals is just we want you to use the printer, we want you to use the machine. So I think that's like a very nice overlap, and like leads to a lot of empathy with the customers. Try to get it work, try to get like everything out. There's also things like some random shipping frustrations, like support can't do too much about that, but they will also try to go out of their way to connect with them places as well.
The shipping issues can be frustrating, and I do that because everyone is looking for it. Sure. Maybe I'll hear your question. To be honest, it's kind of everything. Just simply, I started to play a little bit with electronics. So I'm printing bunch of different enclosures and display supports and stuff like this little ESP32 module. And I started to print some or even play with the programming and vibe coding. Most of my prints are just I'm testing a lot of new materials and testing new firmwares, trying to break down my machines to learn how to fix them as quickly as efficiently as possible. So just now you see I'm printing a little decoration here. It's actually Gaius Julius Caesar is a pencil holder. You can put the pencils in his bag. It's kind of okay. It's not very optimistic statue, but it's a really nice decoration for my table. And the other one, it's a cool one. No, I just brought back from my office. I brought it home recently. When I asked my boss if I can take it home, he was kind of surprised. He said, "How many printers you already have?" I said, "All of them, because I need them." And yeah, this one is printing a huge bear statue because, yeah, I like bears. So I'm printing a lot of stuff for just fun, for pleasure, basically my family. Last 10 years, no one probably got anything than 3D printed gifts from me. And at the same time, I'm printing a lot of custom modifications I see at during my live chats. I'm printing a lot of mods I can find on printables to try them to see if they are worth of using. So I sometimes suggest them to my customers, like the non-standard MMU setup. You can see I was trying to eliminate the buffer. Even I know it's really for the smooth performance of the MMU unit, but the setup has proven really well, and it works for over a year now. I'm printing a lot of stuff using MMU. Not now. This is a single filament setup because everyone told me no, MMU is not a good product. Since I joined Prusa Research, I assembled one of the first MMU3 units myself, and I'm using the very same unit until now, basically every day, and it has proven really. Now I'm definitely taking my opportunity to play with index printers because that's something great using multiple different materials in one project. The most obvious usage is to use PLA supports or PETG supports for PLA prints. And it's not so easy to do it with MMU unit. Of course, we have Excel, which has multi-material capability quite for a while now, but Index brings it to basically everyone. Need some questions.
So, Pavel, tell me a little bit about how it was starting off at support, like those initial days and phases. Just like, did you know everything about the printer, or you like figured it out along the way, or like, how was everything?
I actually started with Pedro. It's one of my colleagues. He's one of our best tech guys, and he explained me so much more. As I already stated, I thought I know quite a lot about 3D printing, and boy, I was wrong. I actually didn't like Prusa mini printers before I started working at Prusa Research, and my trainer made me disassemble my not really well working Prusa Mini to fix it. So I learned a lot of my mistakes, and I learned how to prevent them. Now, later the same year, Prusa Mini became one of my most favorite. I found myself having 6 of them at home. it was taking too much space, so I kind of upgraded for better ones. The first days, we surprised how friendly everyone. Part of the team, and since the very first moment, it was just great experience. I was sitting in an office with Tom, with my other trainer, with a bunch of other guys. Everyone was so helpful. It was so surprisingly easy to start working in this company. Everywhere I went, there was itself, there was production everywhere. Everyone was really trying to do their best to answer my questions, to provide help what I needed, and yeah, if I'm thinking to apply for a job at Prusa Research, definitely do that. Yeah, and we got employee discount on everything.
That's the most important part.
Yeah.
Discounts.
Yeah, we do.
Pavel, there's one question from chat here from Chevron. What's the most difficult support question you can remember that resulted in successful resolution without sending any parts or components?
I check the question. Probably I'll try to open the chat myself.
Oh, I think he accidentally closed the thing. What, Callie? What?
Oh, was nice talking to you,
That
Pavel.
cat is...
Oh, he's back.
Pavel? Well, okay.
What's the most difficult question without sending parts?
We're just learning that Anthony despises people from Prague and he's messing with all of us.
Yeah.
And there will be a time where Anthony has to come to Prague and we will remember this.
And we will have some solutions.
Notice how Anthony is not saying anything in his own defense.
Yeah, it's on my screen, so maybe he's just shy or something, he's hiding. Well, specific question without sending parts. Oh, I remember one. There was a customer from a nearby country. It was from Germany. I usually love talking to German customers because most of them are
did we lose Pavel?
technicians, so they usually do.
Because I can't see him.
Yes. Is it just continue. Customer from Germany, and he was kind of struggling with the assembly of the Prusa MK4X, the whole thing, then send us the parts back and pay a little extra to get fully assembled printer. I spent a couple of hours with him online, and we were able to successfully finish the assembly. Sometimes it's frustrating, but every time you stumble upon something, and if you don't find the answer online, just open the live chat. We are there for you. Sometimes people ask, why don't you have like a phone technical support or something like that? It's much better over the live chat. Number one, you can have the transcript of all my information and links provided saved in your email. We can send each other photos. We can send each other links to troubleshooting guides, to new firmware, to download links, whatever we need. So the most probably complicated questions are, I have an issue, the customer tries to describe it as good as possible, But when I ask him for a photo or some details, they tell me I'm not with the printer. I'll get back to you the next day. This is kind of complicated. The best thing you can do if you have a trouble, open the live chat, get in touch with us. Yeah, we are there for you 24 hours a day. No problem. There are no silly questions. Don't be ashamed. Don't be me, because I was also too proud to engage with the technical support years before. So that's why I got myself hired so I can learn how to do things. There are no selection. There are just unhappy customers with broken printers, and yeah, that's not something we want you to print to be happy with the Prusa printers. And it's always so nice to have the last chit chat after the issue has been successfully addressed or solved. Consumer says how he's happy. We can sometimes we share pictures of our projects and stuff like that. This is the most rewarding part.
Yeah, so awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Pavel. That's like it's very clear, you're very passionate about it, and that's always good to see from anyone like working in the role. Like tech support can oftentimes be quite unrewarding. Like into a sense, like you always have some Karens coming and yelling at you that their printer should have shipped yesterday when they placed the order at midnight. So there will always be like these random complaining customers, but at the same time I also feel that there's a very strong, nice community and crowd as well.
That's part of the job. Yeah, and I'm fine with that. Even I was not the most pleasant customer in a history. One of the first things I did when I got the access to all our systems was I was searching for my troubleshooting when I was a customer and the internal comments on it. And I found out actually one of the guys I was a little bit not happy with the service provided was my trainer. So yeah, these things can happen. The Karens are Karens. In any group of people, you'll find someone who's not the ideal partner for communication. And that's part of the job. I don't really have issues with that. I can definitely separate the personal issues and professional issues. We are trained to handle basically any scenario, any possible combination of whatever. And sometimes, as I stated, it is frustrating to wait for shipment. I do understand some of our procedures do not really make sense, but there is a reason for that. We cannot just simply go to the expedition warehouse and just throw in something in your already waiting order because it's not possible. We have grown over the years. There is over 1,100 of employees in research. There are 3 factories in Prague itself. So there is a reason for most of the stuff we all are dealing with.
So Pavel, I have one last question for you before we have to go, and that is, what material is the best?
One of my favorite materials, well, recently I started to print a lot of from ASA. Not because heat wave, but I really like the possibility of the chemical
I thought you were going to say you like the smell.
Not really. I installed filtration on all my printers, or I print it in a different office. That's what I do with the LG Pigment PLA because it smells really badly. But yeah, ASA is one of my favorite print materials recently. With Core 1 printers, you can print it as easily as PLA. It just works.
Yeah, with the Core 1 L especially was last time I did that gigantic marble run print, which is just literally massive project, and it printed perfectly. I was completely mind blown. I expected that thing to go south so many times, but surprisingly flat and it's like functional.
I'm sorry, I believe the project I started recently. You all know these triptychs puzzles. You can find them on printables actually, and it's usually like this big. And I printed one way bigger than that. From ASA on 3XL, and I plan to smoothen the outside of it to give it this little glass. And yeah, the LSA material is really having all the benefits of ABS and basically none of the issues of printing with ABS. With Core 1L or even Core 1 Plus, it's so easy to print. I think you will like to try it. This is the stage I was printing it. This is where you put the pencils. So this. And this is Prusa and PLA model. Okay, guys, thank you for having me. And bye. Am I back?
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Pavel. That's so cool. I do like the Julius Caesar. I need to print one of those out myself now. One of my very close friends is a huge Roman
I'll
fanatic.
send you the
and
link
even
for
though
the
that's a
data.
classic print, I had completely forgotten about the existence. So
I'm
yeah,
actually
thanks
printing
again
a dagger
once more for joining us,
as a-
Pavel.
as
It
an
was super awesome to have you here. And then we'll see you around. See you at the office soon.
Yeah, Pavel.
Thank you for inviting me. It was my first live chat ever. Bye-bye. Have a nice evening, guys.
Have a good one.
I guess this is a good to like actual live chat, chatting live. So I
Yeah,
did like that joke.
very fun.
I think my dad's senses are tingling too much.
Just a bit.
Okay,
and
so
Shane still-
next up.
Okay.
Is Shane, did we lose Shane? Like physically?
Oh no, his video feed is still being taken over by my face apparently. I tried fixing it in the with him while Pavel was going on. You shouldn't be muted now.
Well, it shows on the stream that I'm. I can just see I'll be here. But the voices in my head. That's okay. And now we lost Tommy on the stream.
No, I'm still here. Don't worry.
Yeah. The double
So,
audio is
given
being
the-
caused by the fact that it's just messing
Okay,
up and
okay.
it's putting me and Shane on the thing. Sorry, go ahead, Tommy.
Okay, so moving on, let's push for critical matters before everything collapses. I would like to do the Reddit print of the month winners. Given stream quality is of questionable, I would kindly ask that Anthony do the stream of that. I sent him the list of names a moment ago, just so we can throw it on in the wheel of names. This month, the grand prize is a Prusa.
All right, let me pull up that. Where did I? Okay, here it is. All right, yes. So for hey, Tommy, why are you doing this list?
I submitted the print at one time.
All right, if it lands on you, we're respinning.
Wait, you can't be idiot. Staff is not eligible.
Yeah,
There's
hold on a
no rule
minute.
that says that. I made the rules.
I'm pretty sure if. Yep.
Hold up a minute.
Oh, damn.
Okay, well, hold on. Let me move. There we go. Okay, let's give this a spin and see who wins a backpack. Shall we?
It's the Prusa backpack by Brasi.
Whiskey
You gotta do
Cat.
like a whole sponsor
I
segment.
love it upstairs. It's one of my favorite backpacks.
so much for the sponsor bit that it's already hit spun.
Oh, that was so close.
All right.
Anyways.
Lost Boy 73 on Reddit.
Lost Boy 78.
Lost Boys.
Also from the
73.
class of 78.
So congratulations to Lost Boy.
Congratulations, Lost
enjoy your
Boy.
backpack.
enjoy.
I will send him or you if you are on chat now. Doesn't matter. I will send a DM to the person and I'll arrange shipping of the back for you. So we're going to try to alternate a
And
little
it
bit
is
with,
really
what we're going to do with the print. Yeah, like that backpack is beyond awesome. I have not got one yet. I'm so sad. I need to just bite the bullet, pay for it.
Yeah, it's nice. I would love to run up and grab them, but it's upstairs and I don't want to run upstairs right now. But if you see me at a show, and if you want to see what the backpack looks like, I will have it with me and I'll be happy to show it to you.
Yeah, and Anthony has a habit of like overpacking those things, and he can vouch for how much weight that thing can hold.
I learned my lesson. I have not packed that much stuff in there since I went to Prague.
No, you did that thing like the seams were ready to burst on that thing. You had so much stuff in that.
I had
what the hell?
I had a week and a half worth of luggage in a tiny carry-on bag and my backpack. That was... I'm not doing that again.
Plus spools of filament.
Yes, plus 2 spools of filament, as one would.
Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Da-da-da-da.
So yeah, like I think that's kind of slowly like bringing like all of the major points and topics close towards the end. Are there any Q&As? Like I would gladly take on some questions. I'm surprised there's so few index questions going on. That's one of the weirdest feelings ever, not having spammed with index questions.
Why would you tempt fate like that? Hi, chat. You heard him. Ask all the questions. It's a free-for-all. Keep Tommy here till like 11 o'clock Central European time. Ask all questions you want. Everyone in chat. What are you? What?
When will the high
What are you putting in your mouth?
That's a good one. That's you should chat. I'll answer then. When will the high temp hot tent be available? That is a good question. It's a tricky one. As far as I know, testing of it had concluded, and right now they're finalizing the packaging of it because they had to add a few more things. It was initially just a hot tent that's drop in, but there had to be a slight rework of the extruder to make it work better. So it's a few plastic parts just to kind of fix up the extruder for quickly. So they had to slightly rework the package, but it should be extremely close. I have said that before, but this time I am actually optimistic. So yeah, high temp, hot end soon. 3.5 to the extruder swap. Sadly, no instructions on that at the moment. It would kind of make it a 3.9, but to complicate it, you would also need a few extra parts to make that work. Specific the like thicker Z rods. I don't know if there would be any complications with that. I don't know. Anthony is smarter than me. Do you think if you just slap on an extruder onto a 3.5 printer, can you call it a day and call it a 3.9?
No, okay. So what makes a 3.9 is that you're using the motors from the MK3 with a X Buddy board, XLCD, and extruder. So you need a little bit more than just a tool head.
But that's right. You take the next extruder onto the 3.5, which has the new board and the XLCD.
You do you, boo. If you can figure out how to get an extruder to work on a Rambo board, go ahead. I barely got my stuff when I made Prusa wire. It was one hell of an adventure getting a stealth burner to work on a Rambo board, but I did it. And it was fun. I don't see how Rambo board needs a little bit more stuff for the buddy board for the next shooter to work on it. There is a reason why we upgraded the board.
In 3DP from chat says he put an extruder on his 3.5 and it worked. If you would publish a article on printables about that, I'm sure you would become a very popular person in the community quite quickly. Because a lot of people have been asking about that, and if there is a simple way to do it, not any issue, a lot of people happy.
Indeed.
AI detection for print fab. That is something we were looking at with the buddy camera, but I'm not sure what actually happened with the project. There was this whole upload campaign where you can upload prints, but that was never fully enabled. I will have to follow up and see what's happening with that project, the AI detection. I know it's something that a lot of people would like to see. Some failure detection and improvements there, especially with the cameras, but I don't have it there. For XL, easier filament swapping, high temp to low temp. That should be quite soon. XL, as you know, had a series of very questionable firmware releases as of late. These firmware releases were just kind of a lot of unexpected issues, particularly with some older revisions of board. So this caused a lot of all sorts of random problems and inconsistencies. The recent firmware updates were heavily focused on just kind of making that work and making sure everything is stable, good again. Now that the XL firmware looks like it's in a good space, they can start focusing on unifying it more with their printers. So XL news in the future as well. So fingers crossed for more updates there. There was a question about the freeze bug. Could you clarify which printer that is referring to? Index kits when? Prusa side, we will not be selling any index kits until basically the started. So there will be probably at least a couple of weeks before any further index sales go up from our side. So that will be one of those things that's still a little bit pending. I think it's super fair from us to take money for something that hasn't started shipping officially yet for a second wave while the first one is still pending. There's the mention that Bontech is selling theirs tomorrow. I will just clarify this, that Bontech is not selling Prusa kits tomorrow. They are selling development kits. So these dev kits are just the tool head, very limited parts, and it's a very do-it-yourself setup.
Yeah.
So you could technically get it to work on a Prusa machine.
No.
Machine, but it would be a nightmare.
You can't. Because the tool board for the dev kit is not the same as the one for the Prusa toolhead. So don't purchase a dev kit thinking you can get it to work on a Prusa machine. Because they use what's it called? What's the one OS? It uses Duet board. So use a Duet board rather than one that's compatible with Prusa. So you can get the nozzles. The nozzles should be compatible, but the toolhead itself will not be.
Okay, so don't do that. So that dev kit is very specific. That's meant for people with do it and solutions, not regular mainstream printers. Is there a chance for Core 1 XL index as a successor to the standard XL? Joseph, during Formnext, there's no plans for not now, not in the future. It's a different type of style machine. So I don't believe that they to do anything there. There will be some, like news on XL, but nothing announced yet.
The problem with the
Blue
XL,
screen of death, power panic on. Sorry.
the problem with getting index on the XL is that it's just a completely different form factor, and getting it to work with the new form factor of index is going to be pretty intensive. I think you would have to modify the machine more than what you're modifying the Core 1 to do, at which point it's not really economical.
Yeah, so like maybe like I do submit these feature requests to emphasize the interest, but for now, let's see what happens on the L printer. I think that's a good spot for it already with Core 1 L. Blue screen of death on Power Panic. Blue screen of death, Power Panic on boot. That was a very long-standing issue. I don't know when that is going to be solved. But they have some logbooks. I personally submitted some of these, but it is not like right now. Majority of devs are kind of in all hands on deck mode in regards to index. So I think a lot of the other printers are going to be a little bit quiet in terms. Like while everyone just like fine tuning and smoothing out index. There was another thing I saw now that was a really good question, but I lost it. Oh, the camera. So regards to the body cameras, previously you were able to rotate and move the cameras. Removed for a while, and it should be coming back. Like there was a firmware update just the other day. I think it might have actually been included with that firmware update. If not, it is in the next firmware update of the body camera. So yeah, like that is coming back. It was a really weird, convoluted problem where I don't know how much detail I can go to, but basically there was a issue with the serial numbers, and for example, the Core 1 cameras are static, while the other, like we call them the snowman cameras, they are like movable. So these had like were supposed to have different serials, and somehow this got like them wise mixed up, and they all became under the same serial, and that caused complications with like how to like use and work the connect. So this is apparently solved now, and it's okay. So it's like either it's already live that you can rotate the camera and connect, or it will be in the extremely near future. How much was the first index batch Prusa? 0. We didn't confirm any number about that. It was much larger than the index first wave, but we're not sharing any specific numbers of the first batch. Positron and EasyPrint, no.
You got to submit the profiles first. We can probably get Prusa wire into EasyPrint now that profiles are officially part of Prusa Slicer, but gotta test Joe's profiles, my dude.
I think it's pretty sweet that we got the Prusa wire in Slicer now. That went better than I expected.
We're very excited. As part of Positron, we're very excited that happened, because it's the first time we actually figured out how to submit printer profiles to be uploaded, rather than having the developer do it for us. So we're kind of proud of ourselves. We did it. We're real developers now, boys.
Did you guys just put the profiles into cloud and say do it?
No, we did not. We finally read through the documentation. We're like, oh, That's how you do it. So we did.
Okay, so any last second questions? Otherwise, I'll slowly start making my outro. When will Tommy get a positron? When Anthony finally gifts me one.
I don't have any left.
Nothing like putting him on the spot. By the way, if you give one to Tommy, I better get one too. I mean,
how about this? Once Jason makes more,
who's the one who got you at the airport and helped fix your hotel shoes and made sure that you were sorted? And everything else.
I would absolutely love to get both of you positrons, but there's just no kits that exist anymore.
Well, I mean, you just how much you can fit in one of those Prusa backpacks.
Oh yeah, I did. I'll easily bring
technically, you fit one in there. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, just saying. All right. Just so let's see. It is now 9 p.m. Central European time, and with Tommy, he's actually a family man as well, and he's been with us for 2 hours. So I think for him, it's time maybe to we'll have some family time.
I'm hearing my kid. He should be sleeping right now, and I just hear in the hallway, even through my headphones, how his truck is going up and down the hallway right past me here. So I think he's kind of like riding his truck around until I wake up so that I can kiss him goodnight. So I'm not gonna hang on the stream much longer. So thank you everyone for joining. Anthony and Shane, they tell me they will still be online a little bit longer. Thanks to everyone for holding on and chilling with us, and do apologize for some of the stream issues and my frequent disconnections otherwise.
Get it.
So yeah, I am happy to say that I have pinpointed the problem, and we will have an update, and I will do more testing now that I am here for the next few days.
So see you guys later, and anyone going to open house, please don't hesitate to come say hi to me. If you use my digital handle to say hi to me, I will maybe have a small gift. Maybe there's some merchandise I can give away there. So, yeah. See everyone, and ciao. Bye, everyone.
Bye.